Hello and welcome to Trains in the Attic and a wet and windy day in a suburban street. What you can see in front of you is a lovely garden with a nice, some kind of bush there, another bush there, another bush there. And what you can see just down there is our garden railway. So today we're having a look at our garden railway. What we'll do, we'll have a quick walk around in the rain, and then we'll go and have a chat in the garage. So one question I have been asked when I have talked to people about the garden railway is it going to stay out in all rivers? And the answer is yes. So you can see that we've got bits of a loop here. If we follow it around, we have a natural tunnel underneath this tree. Then we follow it around to what will be our station area. Here is a crossover between the two loops, and just over there is going to be where about the train go off. This area here, we're going to have a weatherproof box. We're going to have weatherproof box, which mean that all the electronics will be left out all the time. We're also planning a couple of station building that side and that side. Let's carry on with this walk. So, over here, we've got one of our problems with the garden railway. This bush likes to get in the way, but it is hiding a tunnel in it. So, these points here are electrical points. And then if we just follow around here, we get to the edge of the railway. So nice layout, nice design. What we'll do, we'll quickly put on some drone footage I filmed a few months ago. This is the space we have. We're looking at two loops with some sidings in the middle. This was taken in the spring before everything started to grow. So let's go back to me and talk about the track. So in front of you I have a few pieces of track set up. These still need to be inserted into the layout. And to give you some ideas of size, this is G gauge, which is narrow gauge something. But this is what gets used a lot in the hobby. I do know people use O gauge, and I do know people use HO. But HO track is about that wide. Anything smaller than that, a leaf will cause you a problem. Few things I like about this is the track is thick and bulky. Track I don't normally buy second hand, with the exception of G gauge, because it will take a lot to damage this. Something as simple as a knock with a hammer and it doesn't do any damage. You can't even see where about the damage was. If you did that on smaller gauges, you would have an obvious mark. So the next question is, how am I going to control this? That's a very good question. What comes in the pack is this controller, and I can quite happily use it. But instead, we're going to be using the Digitrack system. All locos have got a chip inside, and it then means We have a laptop plugged in and we can control the system from anywhere. Original plan for the layout was to have it all computer controlled, but now we've got move locations, it's going to be 2 loops so that one day I can have a live steam train running on it. So what else do we need to know? So trains for it, we've got the Christmas train along here, we've got Thomas, Percy, we've got a diesel, and we've got Dad's train. So a few trains, and then we have a few wagons. Like I said, and as I've shown, the track's staying out all the time. We do have precautions in place to protect it, and we will need to weed it and that kind of stuff. So it's just a short and sweet one today. The plan was to show you some trains running, which we can't because of how wet it is, and I haven't got the cabling sorted out, but you can run your garden railway in any weather. But today it's just too wet, as we don't have things in waterproof boxes. This box here is one of our previous attempts on the old layout to have everything controlled. We're planning to use another one of these really useful boxes because they are weatherproof. As once you put the lid on, you can put a bit of silicone around the edge and it can create a nice seal. The plan is to have the point controllers in a small box hidden in the station so that they're always there to use. Then we'll have a connection point for the 2 boosters. So what we'll do, we'll come out, plug one side of this into the mains, then we'll have 2 cables coming out, and that's everything. It might be slightly bigger than this one. As one thing to consider with garden railways is they have a much higher power draw. So here we are with trains running. I'm going to end the video here, and we've got Little Helper and Little Helper 2 having a good run with the trains. You can see Percy just shooting past and Thomas is about to come past, so I'll see you all next time. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and join me on Wednesday to see how I'm doing with the model build. Thank you very much, Richard.